Hi, Sarah Banas here, Simply Sarah Made Easy. I'm going to show you something really neat today. I'm going to show you how to make these Freezy Pop holders. These are incredibly popular in the summertime. They're great sellers. They're good for if you do summer shows or, for birthday parties personalized, either with the kid's name or with the birthday kid's name and, happy birthday, and then they're the year that how old they are. They're great for all kinds of things, for family reunions, anything like that. These are really just very versatile. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to use this vinyl. This is Cricuts new. It's like a reflective vinyl. It's super, super pretty. It's an HTV, obviously, an iron-on. So we're going to use that. I'm going to link everything we use in the video description. These are super good quality, and they're really nice. They come in a ton of colors, so that's nice, and they're inexpensive. But the best part is, like I said, they're super good quality. They're not like the cheap ones. Like these are good. So I'll link these in the video description. So first thing we're going to do, here, let me actually first show you this vinyl because it is absolutely beautiful. So like I said, this is Cricuts new HTV. They just came out with this, and I will link that in the video description. How pretty is that? So when the light hits it, it's just got this really, really pretty look to it. So, okay. First thing we're going to do is we are going to measure our blanks so that we know how much workable space we have to put our name or whatever we're going to put on it to put on there. So this one we have about 5 1/4 by about 2, okay? And you're only using this workable space. Obviously, you're not putting anything up here, so only measure your workable space, okay? So let's go ahead, let's go over to Design Space. Let's get our text done, and then we'll get it cut and weeded, and I'll show you how to apply it. Okay, so here we are at Design Space. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a template. We're going to make a template that is the size of what we are pressing. Okay, so let's go to shapes, or not the size of what we're pressing per se, but the size of the workspace that we have so that we know how big to make our text. Okay, so I'm going to take a square. And now I'm going to select the square, and then up here, you see this lockbox, I'm going to click on that. And then our width is 5.25 and our height is 2, and it's already at 2. So this is exactly the workspace we have to work with. I'm going to change this to a lighter color so it's easier to see. One other thing, before we go any further, if this video is of interest to you or helpful, like the video, that helps me out a lot. But also subscribe to my channel. When you're subscribed, you'll get a notification when the new videos come out once or twice a week. Lots of ways, not just to use new and innovative materials, but also learning how to design for yourself. So there's a lot of good videos coming up you're not going to want to miss out on. Make sure you subscribe. You'll be notified when the new videos come out. Okay, so we are going to use a font called Argyle Socks. So I'm going to click text, and it's already set to Argyle Socks. I'll link that in the video description also. That's a really good font. And then we're going to type out Chloe. And then we're going to duplicate that right here because I'm going to make 2 today. And we're going to put Emma. Chloe and Emma. Okay. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put this on here. Ignore my, that's Grammarly. Okay, so make that about that size. I think I want that at 99. So you can see right here, I changed the actual font size. So if I'm going to have this one at 99 and these are a pair, I'm going to make this one 99 also so that they look appropriate together. I'm only doing that because the names are only one letter off and how many letters they are. So if this were like the name Amy and then the other one were Samantha, then I would increase the size of Amy because it would look awkward to have you know, one super small and one super big. But in this case, it's close enough that it makes better sense. It looks better to have the font size be the same. So we can get rid of this now. One other thing before we go any further, join us on Facebook. I'm going to link in the video description one of our many Facebook groups. I'm going to link Cricut for Beginners. It's about 730,000 members, something like that, 750,000 members. Super friendly, super helpful. You'll fit right in. So make sure you join us. You'll love it there. And like I said, I'll link that in the video description. So I'll get rid of this. So these are the two things that we're cutting today. Okay. Oops. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Make It. We're going to be cutting on mat. I am going to put the, actually, you know what? I think it does save more material to put it like that. Yeah, I think that actually is best. Okay, so we're going to want to mirror this because it's HTV. And we're going to click Continue. Now this material, I'm going to need to look. I'm not 100% sure if this material is listed in their materials or if it would just be cut under iron-on. So we're going to just use the iron-on setting if it's not there, but I'm going to click Browse Materials. And we're going to see if this has its own setting outside of just, you know, basic iron-on. Let's see if it's up under that. Nope. Okay. Yeah, no. So that'll just be, let's see if it says on here. Yeah, I think it'll just be, I think we'll just use the regular iron-on setting. Iron-on. Okay, so let's just look here real quick and see if there is anything different for it. No. Oh, no, that's not it. No, so we'll use the regular iron-on setting and that should be just fine. Everyday iron-on. Just looking real quick. Bear with me. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. So the reflective iron-on, that is it right there, is the reflective iron-on. So that's what we'll choose. And now we'll get a perfect cut. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to go over to the machine. We're going to cut this, and then we'll get it weeded, and then we'll get it pressed. Okay, so we are here now at my Maker 3. You can see that the light is flashing. That means that it is ready to be loaded. Let's go ahead and get our mat loaded into the machine. When you are loading your mat, you want to put it underneath those guides. And now when you push it in, you're going to push it just a little bit. Okay, so you're not jamming it in there, but you are going to hold the mat taut, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push that button. And I'm going to get that in there. And now it's going to go ahead and it's going to cut. So I just want to talk to you real quick while this is cutting. Let's talk real quick about why you put the vinyl on the mat that side down. So you're putting it that side down, and you can see that this is flashing now. It's ready to go. Click that button. When you're flipping it over and putting that vinyl side up, that's so that it can cut the vinyl and not cut through the carrier sheet. What I wanted to tell you is that when you are at Design Space and you are mirroring the image, that is why you mirror it. You mirror it because you're cutting the back side. And you'll see when we go to weed this, I'll show you, we'll flip it over, and that's when you'll see your design in the right orientation. So I'm gonna let this cut. We'll go ahead, we'll meet back over at the craft desk, and we will get this weeded. Okay, so here we are back at the craft desk. We're gonna go ahead, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off the piece of vinyl that did not get used because I do not like to be wasteful. Okay, so that is extra. Okay, this right here is a weeding pen. This is actually a really nice one. So there's several different kinds. Some of them are very inexpensive. This one is a little bit more expensive, but it has a light on it. So it's really just a great tool. I'll link this in the video description as well. So what I do when I'm weeding is I always take out the centers of letters first. Okay, so centers of O's, centers of A's. And you can see how that cut setting was in fact the perfect cut setting. It cut it perfectly. You can see how easily that's weeding. That's one of my favorite parts about Cricut vinyl is that the settings are, they make them perfect for their vinyl. So when you're using the Cricut settings with the Cricut vinyl, you're going to get a perfect cut every time. So we're going to go ahead and take off the main piece now. Turn this off. I'll link this in the video description also. If you're looking for a great weeding tool, that is it. Look at how easily that weeds. I really love Cricut materials. If you've never used their, this isn't smart vinyl, but if you've never used their smart vinyl, highly, highly recommend it. The black smart vinyl has the absolute best, like, almost a texture. It's like almost this like velvet texture. It's not velvet by any means, but the look looks like that soft, matte, and it just kind of like melts into the fabric. Beautiful. I really, really like it. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so here's our two names. Now, do you see how when I flip it, so this is the side that we cut, right? That's upside down, and that's why it's mirrored, because we're cutting that back side. And then this is the top side. So see how the names are correct now? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut those in two, so we have each name. Okay, we'll take this one and put it over here. And we'll put Chloe on this one. Make sure that's nice and centered. Just a little bit off. That looks good. Okay, and then let's do, let's do another bright color. For Emma, let's do pink. You know what? I take that back. Let's do purple because I want to do a darker color so that we can see what this vinyl looks like on the light versus the dark. That is that. Make sure I get that on there correctly. And then I'll show you in a second here how to press them. Okay? So put these over to the side. So what we're going to be using to press is we're going to be using a Cricut hand press. These are really, really nice. Just quality machinery like everything from Cricut. So what we're going to do is we're going to, oops, I accidentally pressed the button with my thumb. So go ahead and pop that back on. And you're not ironing. You're not going back and forth. You're pressing. So you're just putting it down and you're pressing. Okay? Do the same thing. Move it right along. And you're pressing, and you're just pressing for, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, something like that. And then, so I'm avoiding, do you see these seams on either side? I'm trying to avoid the seams so that, because when you're using a hand press and you're dealing with seams, sometimes the seams can, keep you from getting the appropriate amount of pressure on your vinyl, and it can keep you from getting a solid press. So I'm avoiding the seams, and I'm just pressing on the actual holder. Okay, and then I'm actually going to because I did get some marks from my press because of the pressure. And then just so that you know that those marks will actually go away because it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, it's because of the neoprene. But that'll, when they kind of like suck back to life. So that'll go away, so you don't have to worry about that. And just for the sake of making sure, I'm going to go back down through and I'm going to press. And this time I am pressing over the seams because I'm trying to get the whole thing. Just one more time. And I didn't look if this material is hot peel or cold peel, so I'm going to let it cool. Just to make sure. Okay, so that should be a good solid press. So I'm going to put this one over to the side, okay? I'll put this right here for now. And then we're going to take this one and we'll press this one. Again, 10, 15 seconds, not a super long time. And these are going to be super, super cute. And the nice thing about this vinyl is that it has like an unexpectedness to it. So like you see it and you're like, oh, that's pretty. And then you see the light hit it and you're like, oh, that's really pretty. These are going to be fantastic. And like I said, these are really good sellers. It shows, I mean, especially because all you really need with you is a small press. And you can even bring, I mean, you don't even have to bring a full-size machine. If you have a Joy, bring a Joy, and that'll cut these just fine. Or bring your full-size machine, whatever you want to do. But for personalizing right at shows, that's neat. Or for, you know, for taking private orders, like for birthday parties and stuff like that. And they're such a cheap thing to make. I mean, the blanks cost next to nothing. I would say 50 cents each, something like that, maybe, for the blanks. I think we're good on this, but just... Okay. And then I'm going to go back through just to take care of any of those press marks and kind of even that out. And these will, like I said, the press marks will come out over time. It's not going to happen right away because it has to like expand back. These are going to be really pretty. I'm actually going to let it a bit higher up. Almost done. And then we'll peel off the yellow one and we'll take a look at our finished product. Super, super pretty. And I mean, you can use any vinyl you want on these. You can use glitter. You can use some of the holographics are super pretty on these. There's just, I mean, the options are unlimited. Okay, so we're going to turn that off, turn our press off. Okay, we're going to put this one over to the side. And if you are not aware, if you ever, again, I don't know if this is hot peel or cold peel, but I just let it cool off in case. But if you ever are dealing with a cool peel, a good way to cool down your product much quicker is to take any kind of stone cutting board, specifically marble cutting boards. You can get them at like TJ Maxx for 15 bucks, and they keep cool. So you just put your product down on it and wipe it a couple times and it cools right off. So let's get this peeled. Eee, look at that. Boy, I do love Cricut vinyl. Look at how beautiful that is. Good solid press. That's on there for good. And then the popsicle goes in there and that's it. And that's all there is to it. How beautiful is that? Boy, that looks good on there. That is really, really pretty. Really pretty. And like I said, all these marks will go away. So, and if you're pressing on a flat press, you won't even get those. So just for the heck of it, I'm going to try, this is still a little bit warm. I'm going to try warm peeling this. Oh, yeah, look, I mean, it's not hot, but it's warm peeling, fine. But look at that. I mean, that's like right down into the fabric. That is really, really nice. And it looks really good on the darker too. So So that's good. So that is how you make these. Super easy. I really, this is the first time using that new material by Cricut. Really, like it. Super pretty. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So, like I said, like the video if the video was helpful or interesting to you. Subscribe to the channel. You'll get notification when the new videos come out. And that's it. I hope you have a great day. Bye.